It's 10:45 and we're live here on Delisa Unfiltered, and I have a good friend of mine for over 40 years. Um, and she's incognito, so she can speak freely. I really enjoy conversations with her. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
So tonight we're talking about dating and dating over 50, the drawbacks, I guess our fears, and reservations, as well as the things that we're looking for. If you want to start it out, can you just kind of, free your mind? Because this is the Unfiltered channel. We just, speak freely here.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, give it to me. Give me, give me what you got.
Okay. Dating over 50. Let me take it back. I'm 59. I'll be 60 this year. Earlier in my life, because I've been married twice, it was a lot different. I didn't think about getting older, and really at this time in my life, I didn't think I was going to be by myself. I enjoy being in a relationship. However, times have changed so much. I meet guys, because being a truck driver, you meet a lot of different people. But I remember growing up, my mother used to say, and my grandmother used to say, I've already been where you still got to go. So you meet a younger man, I feel like I'm competing with the younger women. I've already had 2 kids. My body is not the same because God knows I ain't out there exercising. So things done went south. So I just feel like it's just so difficult now because you don't know if somebody want to be with you for you or if they want to use you, and then you get the older guys who still living in the 70s where as I don't have time or the patience to raise them, not really raise them, that's the wrong word.
You don't want Shaft. You don't want Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. Al Green, Stevie Wonder. And I don't want to be my biggest fear. I don't want to be a caretaker. I want somebody to be a companion. But how can I be your companion when, first of all, we have to talk about finances. If I have more than you, either a young or older guy, and then if you're an older guy, I don't want to deal with putting your false teeth in a cup. I don't want to deal with, I ain't going to get vulgar, but I don't want to deal with
this is the Unfiltered channel, so you can just, and is it after midnight?
And I'm not a perfect woman. I'm not saying everything is right, but I don't want to deal with all that. I don't want to take care of you. I don't want to have to come home and cook for you. I don't want to do none of that. I want a companion where we can travel together. We can, do quite a few things together. We can have great conversation. But it's so hard. Either I meet the young men that are too young or the older men that they might already be married or got somebody. I'm too old to be a side chick. I ain't gonna be no side chick.
What about the main chick?
Because I could be the main chick.
So you're saying saying that you would be open to allowing your man to play around a little bit?
No. If you want to be with Shaquita or Arlene, you need to go be with one of them, or don't hurt my feelings. Yes. But like I said, I've met being a truck driver, I met quite a few older guys, and the first thing I get was, "Baby, you shouldn't be out here working. I can take care of you." But then you get to meet that person and really get to know them. They love bomb you at first. Okay, I got a story to tell you. Can I tell it?
Yes, this is Delisa Unfiltered. And right now, this
Okay.
is your platform.
Okay, so I met this man. I moved into a senior living facility. I didn't know what that would entail because I never seen myself getting old. You know how when we was younger, we see an old person be like, "Ooh, they old," but now I'm the old one. But anyway, I'm the youngest one at my facility, and well, my apartment complex. And so met a man, very handsome, seemed real nice. But I always believe you don't shit where you eat. So I held it off. He was love bombing me hard. And being that he is my elder, I never dated nobody, what, 13 years older than me? Oh, I didn't know. I like the friendship. I like that, we can go out to eat or whatever. But he don't have nothing. He don't have no money saved. He don't have no car. He was always coming to me to borrow money. I was doing things for him, and it gets kind of tiring. I want to meet somebody, and I'm not saying I'm a 10 and I'm all that, but I want to meet somebody that, okay, we can't grow together because we already grown unless he old. But I just want to meet somebody that could be my companion. I would even marry. We would have to have separate bedrooms, but I would even marry. But it's such a different time than when we came up in. And then I don't have no time because I be watching all the crime channels and these older women dating these young men, and they end up dead. I'm not saying that's going to happen to me, but I just don't have the time or the patience to deal with. I got to teach you certain things. And then with the older gentleman I told you about, everything is like for instance earlier, why you got to use such big words? To me, I felt like, well, nigga, you dumb. You don't read.
So what you're saying is you don't really want to you don't want to step down. You want somebody to be able to uplift you to that higher plateau. You've settled. This is where I'm at, okay? After my marriage, like I've been divorced over 20 years. How long has it been since we worked together? Till now. But I think I kind of, haven't seen anything worth trading in the piece that I found. And I had somebody to try to tell me today, and I thought about, crash outs go viral, but I'm not going to do it that way. But they said, you up in that house by yourself. This was something to hurt me, okay?
Yeah.
But it's not by choice. You act like it's by choice. Now, I know several of my exes that want to be back, okay? And I know people that try to come all the time. I don't need nobody to just come by to hit. You know what I'm saying? I don't need nobody to get that off me. And I'm saving myself for the rest of my life if nothing worthwhile is worth me doing it, because I don't want to go this long journey of healing and purging or whatever and cleansing, and then I waste it on some knucklehead that abused me. You know what I'm saying? Because they will love bomb you. The next thing you know, you're in that abusive relationship.
Right.
Where your name might not be what it really is.
That's so true. That's so true. But it just turned me off because I never lied to him about anything. Every time you came back, it was a lie. Oh no, see, I don't smoke crack from a pipe. I just put it in my cigarettes. I say, oh, okay, double R's. I know about that.
I thought they called them chewies. I thought they called them chewies.
I don't know, but I did tell him, nigga, you too old to be doing this. And I told him something today. I said, with everybody, what we're going through today are from the decisions we made from before.
Oh, yeah.
And I always tell him, I said, I don't want no bad karma. So I do, as he's my elder, so I do call and check on him and everything. But at one time I was wondering, because he's a very good protector. I can't say provider, but
maybe you might have to manage that wallet.
Look, that little wallet. So it got to be to the point was every month, hey, look at here. Can you let me borrow $10? I'm giving him 10. Look at here. I want to ask you a favor. Can you let me borrow 50? And I normally don't keep, especially when I'm trucking, a lot of money on me. And I said, I should be able to come to you. He goes, but I ain't got nothing. I said, well, if you are man and I'm your woman and I tell you I need $80, I don't want to hear, I ain't got it. I want to hear, okay, baby, let me see what I can do. But he took it as, you just want me to act like you. So I completely erased that thought out of my mind. Like I said, we get along together. We really get along good. But I have not crossed that line, and I won't, because he talked like a bitch. He gossiped too much.
Hey, this is Lisa Unfiltered. Live.
He tell, I told
we
him
live
one
under
time,
this no moon, and we coming through with this roaring energy. Okay?
When I was going through, I had a tumor.
Menopause, damn it.
A cancerous tumor behind my eye, right?
Oh.
This was last summer, and I had surgery. And so I was kind of sad. He come over. He walked my dog for me. He would sit with me, rub my feet. And he told, we were just talking. So then, maybe a week or so later, I went to his apartment. I had a bag over there. I go get it. His daughter, one of his twin daughters, and the boyfriend was coming up. The boyfriend comes up and say, oh, hey, I know your name. You're the one with the little black dog. Oh, I'm so sorry you just went through chemo. Damn. And I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck did that come from? So when I told this old man, I'm going to let him know about his stuff. I said, what the fuck for now? You done already spilled the beans. You sitting up there drinking and talking, and that ain't that. It's been a myriad of situations. I have shared personal things with him. He done went back and told folks. Then the whole complex know. And I don't even fuck with a lot of these people over here. I speak and I keep it going. So every time it's, I'm going to do better. I'm sorry. Well, nigga, you ain't got too many times to do better because you got 2 feet and 1 knee in the grave.
Well, the first strike was to ask me, can you borrow?
There you go.
You got to come and let me know how you can be an asset, because I'm hustling up and making ends meet myself. And so if you taking from what I have, that's a double negative.
Exactly.
That's why I'm here by myself. People are looking for a hand up, and I don't mind working with someone and showing them the skills that I've acquired, make me money and bring me joy and others. But you're going to have to grind with me. You can't live off of me or smooch sponge, no shelter to be had. And I even said that if I was to live with someone, we would have to kind of get a different place, a different resident, I think I heard you say something about that earlier.
Girl, I said we would have to get different rooms.
Yeah.
Because I got OCD. I clean too much. I can't. Your place looks like shit. I can't take it. I got a dog. He don't shed. But at the same time, I did let him know. I said, if you want to be with me, I require 3 things. You got to quit lying, quit smoking, and we got to move from wherever we at. And this has been going on 2 years. And like I let him know tonight, it ain't been no motion with you.
Take him to church. Take him to meeting. My friend, you remember Paulie? You remember Paul Grisham?
He worked at Salem.
Little short, dark skinned
Oh
dude.
yeah, yes I do.
He
I
ended up
remember
working
him.
for Fug Luck. I met Polly when I was in the community working, signing people up for that grant.
Mhm.
And he
Mhm.
said, he said that I'm gonna get in there and they gonna give me a job. And Daddy God go make them give me this truck too. What did they do? Polly was driving around in a Fug Luck truck and it was his, okay? It was a couple things that Polly. One time he pulled up and he had a new van. He said, "My sister gave it to me." He said, "Daddy God gave it to me." He said, "Go out there and sweep your drive out, way out, and prepare for one like you getting one." And I did.
Right.
I did it, girl. I had a white van just like that in probably a month.
Okay.
But I had to pay for it. It wasn't given to me. But it just like money came. My sister said,
Right.
I saw a nice van over here, and it happened to look like that one." So I mean, so if I can, things happen for me by myself. I don't think I want to buddy up or dead weight. Somebody smoking crack. You got to watch your purse, your valuables, and things of that nature.
Well, let me tell you this. I got another story for you if I got time.
We got time. You got time. We don't cut off here. How long you want to
Okay,
talk?
so about 4 or 5 months ago, I called him. I said, "Hey, you want to go on a road with me? Now I'll pay you, cause I don't want you to be out there. You ain't got no money, so I'm basically paying you to keep me company." So okay, the day come, we get ready to leave, pack the semi up, we out. I'm doing just regional stuff: Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, and at every truck stop, because I got paid every Friday, direct deposit. But I would give him $300. And so we get, I think I stayed out for 2 weeks. He complaining, "I need to go home. I don't want to be on this truck." But I tried to prepare him. I said, "Well, you can't go home till I go home. So I don't know what to tell you unless you're going to walk." But it's just that the relationship he has with his daughter.
Wait a minute. You took Mr. C on the road.
Took him on the road with me to get him out the house.
That was nice.
Then when we get back, this particular person he talked to all the time, not his daughter, just telling everything. And when I told him, I said, why are you talking so much? "Well, I don't know. I just sitting up here drinking this brown liquor." I said, "Oh, okay, well." And so that was pretty much the icing on the cake. Now, I will say the door is cracked, but I got to see some motion. And even when because I got a motorcycle, so even when I ride, everybody I see, they got a man or a woman, they couples.
Mm-hmm.
And then like I said, you gotta have something about yourself. You gotta be clean. I don't want to smell no stinky ass cigarette breath. I mean, iron your clothes. Smell good. But he's at such the low part till I would be the one responsible for everything. Now, if we were to get married, I told him I would take care of the rent. You take care of the other bills. But, we can't live together in the same place because all these cackling hens, that's all they want to do. Because I didn't have women come up to me while I'm outside walking my dog. "Oh, where your boyfriend at?" I said, "Who? I ain't got no man." First thing. Mm-hmm.
He is a very handsome man. I mean, he is very nice to look at. Easy right on the eyesight. So
very easy.
they're gonna be after him because women are real thirsty now. They just want a man to smile at them. The desperation is so real until foot whatever. But the Bible says something about that. That in the last days women be so desperate, not really saying these words, but that they said we'll bring our own meat. We'll bring our own food. You know what I'm saying? We just want to be called by your name. We just want to say we married. That ain't me. I would love to share all this goodness with somebody, but I refuse to trade that in for what the happiness that I found. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, that ain't me neither.
Mm-mm.
And he made a comment. This was a couple weeks ago. I took just a 2-way trip. Came back, $1,800. I had the money in a bag because I asked her to pay me in cash. And then I had to, my duffel bag, getting all my dog, getting stuff out of the truck. Mm-hmm. So he was helping me. He looked in the bag with his nosy ass. Where you get all this from? I said, I work. Damn, can I hold 100? No, you cannot. And I did tell him that's where you messed up. But like I said, I would. My thing is, mostly everybody I meet, either they got somebody, they married, and I ain't got no time to be fighting no young chick over somebody. And then even with the older man, if he could get things together, it wouldn't be no problem. But like I said, I told him I don't want to be your caretaker. You always sick. He goes, you sick too. I got lupus and fibromyalgia, but that ain't never stopped me from doing nothing.
You drive trucks though.
Hello? Mm-hmm. That ain't never stopped me from, and don't tell me what I can't do, because I'm going to show you what I can do.
So can I ask you what your sign is? What's your zodiac sign?
Girl, you know I'm a Gemini.
Okay, I'm twins. Can I get the date? Maybe not the year, but the day. You already gave us your birthday.
June 11th. June 11th.
So would you be open to meeting someone? What would be your ideal guy? What would be your dream date?
Okay. I would like to meet someone. I need him to be kind. Well, I take that back. The first thing is he got like my dog. And my dog don't like him, then, I don't know what to tell you. But I don't even care even how much he got. If he's willing to share with me, I'm willing to share with him. But I want somebody, I hate a fucking liar and a thief. Mm-hmm. Once you lie to me, you can't keep coming back saying I'm sorry and then everything be cool. Okay. So I want somebody kind, nice, kind of had their stuff together. They have their own stuff. They ain't got a house. Have a house even if they living in an apartment. Mm-hmm. But don't love bomb me. And then later on, I find out, well, damn, you really wasn't shit. You just trying to make it seem like you was everything. Because like I said, he chased me for 6 months.
Mm-hmm. So
and my ass.
What's most important? What's most important to you, love or loyalty?
I would have to put both of them together. Well, loyalty. Mm-hmm. Because you can be loyal to somebody and you don't love them. Mm-hmm. But I would have to say both of them.
But you can love somebody and cheat on them.
Well, yeah.
Got me beat.
So I know that things may not always go right, but there is KY jelly. So it's just that, like I said, I'm a creature of habit. Yeah. I don't hardly go outside of the norm. I wake up every morning like clockwork, 3:30, because that trucking schedule. Mm-hmm. If I sleep past 6, I think my day done went by. But
what about the story time with the hair all over the place?
Girl, look. When I seen him tonight, and he sat up because he don't have the power on his arms to really make a good ponytail. Mm-hmm. And he sat up because his room was dark, and I said, "What's wrong with your hair?" I just been sick for a couple of days. I said, "Well, damn, did you get your ass in the shower?" On these shitty sheets. Literal shit, I kid you not, Delisa. Him hurts. Ooh. And then had a nerve to say, come lay down with me. Bitch, did you crazy? Oh, I know what I was going to say. And my grandfather also taught me Because like I said, he was a practicing witch. He was a mason.
Did he call himself a witch or a wizard?
He called himself
Or
a
a sage?
wizard. I'm saying,
or a warlock?
no, he called himself a wizard.
A wizard. He probably was Was it to do with the Masonic stuff?
I don't know, because he was a 44 degree Mason. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how to connect that. But one thing I always thought about were two things. The first thing was, like he would always tell me, my grandmother never talked to me about sex. It was my mother or my grandfather. He said, you don't realize when you have intercourse with another person, you're taking their DNA. Mm-hmm. Whatever is going on with them. Now, I ain't saying it's all going to transfer to you, but sweetie, if you sleep with 5 men in 1 month, they're a part of you. They're in your DNA.
You got a war going on in your spirit.
Listen. And so he also told me, you need to date like a man. And I didn't know what he meant till I got grown. Because he said, you know how men can go have sex with anybody. You be like, dang, your girlfriend ugly. But you love that woman. So you got to learn to, first of all, a man should love you more. So he gave me quite a few gems, but the thing that stuck out to me was the DNA thing. You know, how it is transmuted. It
attaches to your brain, they say.
Exactly. And I'm talking this going back, I'm 59. I might have been 8. So that was some years ago. And the rest of my family, not my grandmother, but my cousins and uncles and stuff, because he had a pentagram that he drew on his floor before he, lost his sight in his legs. Mm-hmm. But he would always tell me, witchcraft is not, like you said, it's not used for bad.
Honey, do harm.
Exactly. We couldn't communicate. But I will tell you, every time I was in a situation and I went to my grandfather and his mother, my great-grandmother, don't you know, after they prayed, that situation went away? Mm-hmm. It went away. And like I said, I miss him to this day, but
maybe he was a spiritualist. Since he had all those books and stuff, did he have candles and do a lot of candle work and stuff?
Yeah, he had that.
He probably was a hoodooist. He probably knew some of those different.
But you know what would scare me was he had a doll, a voodoo doll, hanging up in the bathroom. Mm-hmm. So sometime because I would go over there during the weekend. Sometime I go, it didn't have no leg. The next time I seen it, it had pins in the leg. Mm. One time I went, it didn't have no arms. So I would always ask him, Granddaddy, what's going on here? He said, you don't worry about that. You don't have the spiritual understanding. He said, just leave it. And my grandmother was a Jehovah's Witness.
Was it hanging on the wall?
No, the towel rack. Mm-hmm. It was hanging on the towel rack. It was no towels on there, but he had some kind of way nigger rigged it. Hang up there. But I asked my grandmother one day, we was watching TV, and a book fell. He was at work. He worked third shift with GM, and he was on skilled trades. A book fell. He would always lock his door when he was going out for the day. And I looked at her, I said, you don't hear that book? She said, you leave that book alone, and we just going to pray to God that we going to be all right. So when he got back home, it was the book, How to Practice Black Magic. It was that book.
So it failed. It failed, but y'all didn't touch it.
Yeah, no, because his door was locked. Mm-hmm. She might have had an emergency key. I don't know. I was so young. Mm-hmm. But I asked her, I said, y'all don't even match. Here's a man, don't believe nothing about church, God, don't pray. He always felt like if something good happened to me, I made that shit happen. But he also, okay, going back to dating, he would tell me, you better not bring nothing white in this house but a refrigerator and stove. So when I met Brad, and he was a trucker, first I was like, oh, he handsome. Had that ponytail, that little top knot.
What color was his hair?
Huh?
What color was his hair?
It was like a brown tannish. It wasn't blonde.
Dishwater blonde.
Yeah. And he was just the nicest. Before he died, we was gonna team together. But what really caught my eye was once we got to know one another, I would go on his truck, he would come on my truck, he would drive to Flint because he was from the Detroit area. When we started talking about, one day I said something, I said, I don't know why I keep having all this bad luck. Maybe it's just me. He said, don't ever speak bad over yourself. And immediately he went into prayer. This is a white boy. And I took a lot of lessons from him, but actually he died of COVID complications.
Oh.
And we was, and you know what, that's the only time I dated outside my race. But when I took him around my family, you know how niggas act. They giving him the third degree, especially my uncle on Laredo. Why you bring? And then I go in, why you bring this cracker? You know, he still think he in Memphis. But like I said, it's just, I want to meet somebody. I don't want to be their caretaker. I want to be able to go skating, go, ride my bike. We go to the movies. But he got to have his own shit. I don't mind paying some time, but with the man with the hair all over the place, he don't have nothing. But one thing he always say, I really love you. I say love is an action word. I can't tell it. And then me with my smart ass, I said, oh, because you brought me some fruit.
Have he ever just gave you any money?
No.
And he've asked for some.
Several times. Just last week, we have to have these little wash cars to wash. So I always put $100 on my car. He calls me. He goes, hey, Liz, I need a favor. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking he might need a ride. You think you could let me borrow $10? Now, I don't keep no cash on me. And I said, he said, I need to wash clothes. I said, well, I got about $50 on my wash card. You can have it and go wash. Oh, no, that's all right. That's all right. I said, see, because you was up to some tomfoolery. I'm old if I'm saying tomfoolery.
Hey, we all kind of senior citizens now.
And I'm telling you, I didn't see myself, like I said, at this age. And when I say I'm saying I don't have nothing, but I do. I have a savings. I have stuff that I bought. But I told him tonight, I said, I don't want to be like you when I'm 75. I don't want to have to depend on my daughters to give me a ride somewhere. I don't want to have to depend on nobody to come clean my house. I said, you sit up here all day plotting and planning, but you don't plot and plan for nothing that's good. And I told him, I said, 2026, I'm not going to sit around and like I used to, because like I said, I'm not going back on the truck. If I go, it won't be till summer. And he also brought up, which I thought was strange tonight, he says, did you say some chants? Because I got to go to eviction court. He said, did you say some chants? He said, I spoke to the Lord, and everything gonna be okay. But I told him, them words you said, they don't go in that sentence correctly. Did I say some chants? I said, what kind of chants? Like the Buddhist chant? What are you talking about? Oh, never mind.
He probably meant affirmation or mantras. He didn't know. I don't know. But,
girl, I don't know neither, but I ain't stay around to find out. But like
maybe is he Catholic?
He actually did grow up Catholic.
That's what he meant.
Then he switched over to the Baptist church, but he don't go to church now at all.
So he got to get in church.
You know what? He don't even have to get in church.
I'm just kidding, girl. But that would probably help him with his crack of cocaine.
Especially when he told me yesterday he needed $40.
That'll help him with his cocaine habit.
I told him, well, I hope you get it because you just got paid Friday. Why you broke? And then his daughter, she do the same thing he do and supply it to him, but also supply it to him to sell. But, you know, I told him, well, that's from y'all. Huh?
She smoked too. Do crack still make people look like it did in the 80s?
I don't know, girl. No, she don't look like it. She look like she eating well.
Oh, it don't make people skinny no more.
I guess.
Do it make their lips white?
I ain't never seen. She look like a whole white woman, so I don't know.
Is that his daughter?
That's one of his twins.
Did they put her on him?
Girl. But yeah, I'm open to, because somebody else, an older man, might have more than what I have. But if he's okay with what I'm bringing to the table, and I hate to use that term, then I'm okay with it. But I got certain habits, or when I see men, like my uncle in Laredo, he got a habit of digging up his nose. He can be talking to you face to face, you eating your dinner, he dig up his nose.
Is he an old person? Old people.
Girl,
old people be in their nose kind of some.
Then he spit. I ain't talking about the regular spit. He
Oh Lord.
And I'll be like, did you just do that? Lose my appetite all the way around. So he gonna tell me yesterday, where your friend at? I said, I guess he at home. I ain't his keeper. Well, he gonna have to knock them cobwebs off because I said, you don't know what's been going on. Shut your mouth. But I really wish, like I said, sometimes I even get jealous when I see couples, you know, that are together, and especially on Instagram. But I know everything that glitter ain't gold, but I do want
everything shining ain't a diamond.
There you go. But I want a companion. I want somebody I can spend time with. We can travel together. You know, I don't want to be with somebody that get paid on the 1st and the 3rd, but if I want to go to Ponderosa on the 18th, he ain't got no money. So I got to pay for it.
So how would you feel about, what's a red flag for you?
Lying is a big red flag. Cleanliness. I don't want you to take off your socks and your toes looking like Dracula with them long toenails. So it's just mainly those two. Because I'm pretty easy to get along.
You don't have a problem with the crack cocaine?
Oh, yeah, I do have. I do have a problem with that.
Because then your valuables might take flight, you know?
I met a young guy up at Shorthorn one day. And I had come back from a funeral. So, of course, I had my hair done, makeup on. I had just put on my flip-flops and my dress because my feet was hurting. I walked back to the meat department. I wanted a real thick-cut pork chop because, you know, I cook for my dog. Mm-hmm. So he says, well, ma'am, you have to order that.
You do your dog raw pork?
No.
You cook it?
I cook all his food.
Okay.
And so the guy said, and it made me feel so good. He said, you are so beautiful. I said, why, thank you. He said, and you know they be trying to do that trick. Like we ain't been around the block. He gives me a card with his business card. He goes, here you go. Don't let your husband find it. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah, you thought you was getting away with something, but all you had to do was ask me if I had a husband. But y'all try to play them games. I said, no, I don't have a husband. I never called that man. He called me. We were talking, but he couldn't even understand what I was talking about because, like I said, he still got it.
He was Arabic.
Too young. Just too young. And I'm like, this not gonna work. And then you got 3 different baby mamas. No, because I'm too old to be getting into it with somebody. I ain't gonna get into it. I got Miss Smith Arena, Smith and Weston in my safe. So it would be like that.
I don't want to have to do that because you know what? When you get those CPLs and stuff, it's a chance if you carrying, you might have to use it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm with you. I'm not trying to be fighting nobody, especially
over a man.
Over nothing. Have that, you know. But when it comes to your kids or your home, protecting what's yours, things that really matter. But a man,
right?
What did they say about them? They're like buses.
Yeah.
Shit, one come every what? Is it
every 6 minutes? My grandmama used to say. Mm-hmm. But I wish some buses come my way.
Do we got any big greyhounds out there?
Girl, we need some. Greyhound, Indian trails. Hey. It don't even matter. Trailways. But there you go, trailways. But it's just different. It's different being by myself. When I had the conversation with my daughter a couple weeks ago, she said, "Well, Mama, if you know I'm leaving because she's gonna be moving to Seattle. My oldest is in Nashville." She said, "But I want you to know we're gonna come back every 6 months, and if something happened, I'm gonna be here," which I know she will be here. Mm-hmm. But like I told her, I said, I didn't ever picture myself without a mate at this age. I'm thinking by this time I got 25, 30 years in, you know, but it just, that wasn't in the cards for me, I guess.
Yeah. When I was a young woman, I wondered how did nice looking women end up single, and why did they seem, or how did they seem so comfortable, you know?
Right.
Now we know.
Girl.
But it's not like you haven't had an opportunity, you know? Mm-hmm. And I work with you. I already, you know, I see your roster. But it comes to a point in time where you don't want to just settle for anything or just get with somebody just to say you have somebody, because that leads to misery.
Right.
I'd rather be happy, you know?
Right.
And if you have it'd be a different thing if you've never had that. You've had 2 marriages and plenty of boyfriends and children. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I don't know. I think that it's like mind over matter sometimes. If once you get happy doing the things that you like to do, like you like traveling, you like driving trucks. If I was you, the way I feel, I would love to buy an RV and just travel the world, you know, travel the United States and sell my art, sell my jewelry, go to different towns, pick up, you know, that kind of thing, because life is short and you may not find that special someone, but you always should have your own special outlet. So when you do get that special someone, you will have something to do when he's doing what he does. So, I mean, you know, a lot of time we get together and we drown out each other's desires, dreams, hobbies, you know, and you should become one. But I think that is my fear more than anything, you know. And then I don't want nobody, of course, I don't want no HIV positive brother. I don't want nobody, you know, nobody that got a strange hankering for something that I don't have. I don't want I don't want any more of my things stolen. I don't want to be mistreated. I don't want no more trauma compounded on what I've already done the work to heal.
Right, but you know what? When I not to interrupt you, I'm sorry.
It was your time.
When I met Brad, the first thing came. Now my grandparents, they've been gone. First thing came to mind was what my granddad said. You better not bring nothing white in this house but a refrigerator and stove. But my oldest daughter, she got a white. She say he ain't white. He Indian and black, but he look like he white. But that's what I thought about. And you know what? To be honest, I couldn't really get comfortable with him because
You feel
I would
guilty?
always, yeah, I feel guilty, but I would tell him, we argued a couple of times. I said, you got one time to say nigga out your mouth. It's gonna be a problem. But he never. He claimed he was raised because he wasn't from Flint. But I told him this was the first time I've been with somebody and I had a soft place to land. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have to always be head of household, take the garbage out, pay the bills, walk the dog. He did all of that. And his family hated that he was with me just because I'm black.
See, that's what I didn't want to deal with. I had somebody approach me of another race, and I was like, don't he see me? Don't he see that I'm, you know, but I guess it wasn't about that, but I had a problem getting past my ancestors. I had to tell my aunt, ask my aunt, I said, well, grandmama had done it. She said, no. Well, why you think I'm going to do it?
Right.
You know, it had me perplexed because I was thinking about that soft place to land, and having somebody that took care of things for a change would be nice, but all the doors that would be shut in your face for that, or the way people would look at you, the family responding, and if you're in love, it don't really matter. But that's hard though. You know, I ain't looking for. Not saying that I want an easy way, but in a relationship, I do. I don't want no crusty foot alcoholic snoring, calling me out my name, stealing my stuff. I don't want no more of that, or none of it.
And you know what? I really felt like we would have gotten married, and I felt like he was good for me because he would go to the gym no matter what state he was in. He was always at a Planet Fitness. I ain't worked out in years. When I met him, we would go to the gym when he would come to Flint. And I just felt like he made me a better me. You know what I'm saying? I never been with a black guy that was like, oh, come on, let's go for a walk. Let's go lift some weights. Let's go to the gym. Never. Never, ever have I been with a black guy. But I often feel, too, that, because I asked him, I said, are you sure you don't have a fetish?
That's what I felt like. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Like I was a novelty, or he just was curious. You know, it was a thing for curiosity or aesthetics, because they thought, you see the black and white couples together and they look so cute, and But and he was a great conversationalist, but
I hate to see a black man with a white woman.
Yeah, I feel like they've been kind of tainted a little bit. You know, I don't know, but maybe that's. I think if they can be happy, but I think that it's up to a person. You got to be totally comfortable, and if you're not comfortable, then it's not the thing to do.
Right, you know? Right. You know? Well, like I said, I was willing to go the long way, because I really don't have no family left that could say nothing. You know, I got cousins, I got uncles, but damn what they saying, shit, they married already. But because he was a truck driver, and I know I'm jumping, but the man with the messed up hair, he tells me one day,
Callaway.
There you go. He tells me one day, well, I don't want no woman out there being on the road. I said, oh, okay, well, then you need to find one that's not on the road. Because I don't know what to tell you. But, yeah, it's hard. And you know how when we go to class reunions, you see somebody, you know, they was ugly as hell in high school. But you think of now, it's like, damn. Then they got a wife.
A white wife?
Or might be, or a girlfriend, I don't know. But I want to find somebody, but I don't want to seem thirsty. And the circles I even travel in, it's not a lot of guys.
What about white guys? You might have to cross on over. That's what a girlfriend told me. She said, these brothers that had the opportunity to treat us good and they done dogged us out and did all this, why not, um, do that? But
But where
it's
do you even go?
to meet someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't gotten out in nightlife in a very long time.
Me either.
Would you be open to going out? Would you want to meet someone? Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
they
I
can't meet
would.
us in the house. I tell you one thing. I was down at um, Blackstone's for my birthday brunch, and they had a
Uh-huh.
very delicious brisket. That's what I got: a brisket sandwich and some chips and a martini.
Okay.
But that was like the best lunch. But after that, I said I was going back vegan. I haven't quite made it yet.
Girl, me and you either. I used to be vegan, but that fried chicken was calling my name. So I gave in.
Yeah.
And then I made an excuse. I was telling my cousin, shoot, it's hard to be on the road and try to eat, but it's not. It's not, because you got a refrigerator. I had a little mini.
Didn't you cook in your truck?
Sometime, but then because I drive 10, 11 hours, by the time I stop driving and shut down for the night, I'm tired. So I pop me a pill, take midnight out, and lay on down because I'm tired and hurting. Because it takes me a minute because my hands start swelling, to get back acclimated. Because when you're not physical, and then when you get physical, it's just really hard. But I do. I don't pray for a man. I just say, Lord.
Maybe you should. I believe if you did, that God will hear your prayer and send you somebody perfect for you. I haven't prayed for one yet.
And like I said, I've been on my own so long without having to deal with a man. It's been really, really hard. But like I said, the man with the messed up hair, I could see myself with him. I could visually see that. But I'm going to tell you something else. You know how you have Satan on one shoulder and, God on the other, the angel? I feel like because he has these mood swings, he been seeing a therapist since he got out of prison over 35 years ago. And he has these mood swings to where he'll tell me off. And then he called back and apologized, and I don't accept his apology.
He bipolar.
Yeah, he is. Move, midnight.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. That's abuse. I don't want no more of that.
Yeah, he is. And he even said something today. He said, have you ever thought that I might be having a moment? I said, well, I'm not a mind reader. How would I know? Unless you tell me, and then I can back off and maybe not call you.
Right.
Or you call me when you get ready. But like I said, I see couples, but here where I live, it's one couple down the hall, her and her boyfriend, and she got a young boyfriend. She's 72. I bet you he's 41. They've been together forever, but it's mainly older black girls here, black women, and it's a couple of older white men. Not nobody I would want to date. But yeah, girl, I didn't see myself. I want to be in a relationship. I enjoy taking care of people.
Well, how if someone was interested in getting to know you, how can they reach out to you?
I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. But
you got to get do you want to get at Brown Bags?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, and on TikTok?
Same thing.
How is it set up?
I think let me see.
She's looking for a love. Hey, y'all reach out to this lovely lady. She's a truck driver. And she has a great sense of humor. She's a lot of fun. and she wants to travel. Her range is between 60 and 70. She would make an
Right.
exception for all the way up to 75 if you're fit and active.
And got yourself together some kind of way.
Yes.
You know. Okay, on TikTok is Brown Bags 2.
Okay.
Yeah. And then on Instagram, let me find it. Hold on here. And like I said, if I don't know. I think, matter of fact, today is Brandon's birthday. And I think about him often.
Respect to Brandon.
And
okay, your Instagram?
The same one. Brown.bags 2.
Okay, and send it to me so I can put it in the comments.
Okay, hold on here. Let me look this up again.
So
okay.
When I put the the title and the captions in this audio recording, I can put your stuff in. Your link and all of those things.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, how do you feel about smokers? What about weed smokers?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No weed.
If they would have to. I don't want to smell it.
What if they don't smoke crack? They just smoke a lot of weed.
I don't know. We might have to talk about that.
Hey, give me the weed head.
Cause
you're gonna eat good and you're gonna laugh a lot. You know what I'm saying? Crackhead, they gonna steal everything. I don't know. I don't know about these new crackheads.
I think these are different set.
Yeah, you said he fat.
Girl, yes. And I'm like, wow, okay. Oh, all right.
And do they still look the same in the face or no?
Yeah. Face is a little bit fuller.
Okay. The eyes, what do the eyes look like?
I never paid too much attention to that. Oh, wait.
Back in the day, they used to kind of have them buck.
You're right about that. But no, I don't even know. Okay, that's Brown Bags 2 on TikTok. Brown Bags 2. TikTok and on IG. And it's something how we wasn't even, when we were born, but remember when the computers first came out and the internet first came out?
Mm-hmm.
We were so young.
Cox Cable. Was that what it was? Cox Cable?
I thought it was Comcast. Because I had Cox Cable when I was in Arizona.
Okay. It is Comcast. That is what Cox Cable in Arizona. But they're the same company or sister company?
I don't know. I think so. I'm not sure. Okay, I think I got it.
The internet has really advanced.
Girl, because some of those AI videos, you gotta look real hard to even recognize.
Look at the hands.
Exactly, because they sure be disappearing, don't they?
The hands mess up a lot, and especially the captions. I do a lot with AI and different videos and things like that, but there's so much you can do with AI.
You know what? I seen some of the things. I said I'm gonna have to ask her how she do that.
Yeah, it's one of the things that how have you ever heard of coding?
Yeah.
Well, they call it vibe coding. There's a AI app you can speak into and describe the person that you want or whatever. But my sister say I give away too much free information, So I'd like to link up with you and us create some classes. And you do the curriculum, help me with that part, and you can learn free.
I know that's right.
I teach you everything I know.
I'm gonna tell you.
I
You know
teach
what
you
I
everything I
really,
know.
you know what I really want to do
What's
as
that?
a semi-retired person.
What's that?
I really would like to open up a house for people with disabilities.
That's a good
You
idea.
know, but I'm not. I don't have my real estate license no more, and I know you don't need it.
Mm-hmm.
But when I had those 5 properties, I messed up because I shouldn't have purchased single family homes. I should have purchased, 2, 4, 8 units at a time.
Mm-hmm. So
But you live and learn.
you want to have a foster care facility?
Not so much foster care, but
Disabled adults.
what about people coming home from prison?
Oh yeah, I thought about that myself. Those 70 and 80-year-old, or older than that, because 70 years old, you still young enough to keep up some trouble.
Girl. But I thought about that, and so I had been researching it, but I hadn't really got nowhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would be something. I just sent it to you.
Okay.
That would be something I would like to do.
Okay. Well, maybe we can discuss that on a personal level, because I was looking at that as well.
Okay.
You know, I got to figure out something. Yeah. Well, we looking for multiple streams.
And there you go. We sure is.
Multiple streams. And back to this dating thing, because that's what it is. I really try to stay on the topic, but it's okay if we drift. Is there anything else you want to say? I don't know. I wanted that raw, authentic comedy that you deliver, but sometimes when you know that you're being recorded, it's hard. It's hard to stay in there with that.
You have to be on code.
Yes, but
but it's beyond dating. I just pretty much put it out my mind. If I meet somebody and it's meant for us to be, that's beautiful. But he can't be a smoker. If he smoke weed, okay, go in the garage. I don't want to smell it.
Weed smokers.
And even drinking, social drinking, that's okay. But I don't want to deal with a drunk.
They ain't no fun at all.
And I feel like I only got time to waste because you spend your youth trying to work and do things, and although I still can work and I do, but yeah, I get lonely. Sometimes I get tired of coming home just to my dog.
At least you got a dog. Shit, I don't even have a bird.
Girl, let me send you a picture of my baby.
Well, do you want me to end this?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Well, is there anything you want to say before we close to the man of your dreams that's listening to this broadcast, Brown Bags?
Yeah, he needs to come on and find me. Okay. Because I'm ready.
She's ready.
Been ready.
She been ready. So how many meals can he get a week cooked?
I would cook for him every day.
Uh-oh.
Every day.
Okay.
Wouldn't have no problem with it. And can cook.
Now, if
I ain't one of these microwave girls.
Now, if he wanted you to come off the road.
Now, that would have to be compromised because it depends on what kind of money he got coming in. Because, nowadays it takes 2. Hell, it might take 4.
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, are you looking for a throuple? You want to be a poly relationship?
No. I'm too jealous for that.
That's what I always said, but the older I get, depends on how well I'm taken care of. If that wife has a nice house and I have a nice big mansion and you taking care of both of us, but that will probably happen for the younger woman. You know what I'm saying?
Girl, I don't want to be like Tiana Taylor.
I don't either. I've always been that way too. see myself sharing or in one of those types of relationships. But
Right.
if somebody wanted to add you to their marriage or their union, would you be game for that?
No, that would be a definite no.
Hard no.
That would be real hard no. I would curve that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You know, you got a woman, a wife, be happy.
If it came with a salary.
If I didn't have to have sex, yeah.
If they both wanted you.
But I don't want to have sex with them. If you just want to pay me for companionship, okay.
If they just wanted you to be in there.
I don't know. I have to think about that one. I have to think about that one real hard.
So you ain't got to do nothing, just lay right here, and would you go for that?
No, I don't think I would go
Liz,
for that.
you know I done got silly now. Okay.
I know, it's all right.
But I don't know. The dating pool is pretty slim.
Right.
And so looking outside your race, since you've done it before and you found a nice man over there, would you be?
Yeah.
Would you be open to a white man?
Definitely. White man, Arab, Indian.
Now.
I would.
Now, you said, now would you go any lower than 70? Oh, you said 60 to 70, right?
Yeah, between 60 and, because I'll be 60 in June.
Okay. You hear that, guys? She'll be 60 in June. She's looking for love. She want to take her birthday cruise with her new love.
I know that's right.
In May?
In May.
In May.
Here we go.
Yes. And she's a Gemini.
Girl.
She don't want any smokers.
Nope.
She can tolerate weed, but you'd have to take it to the garage.
Yeah.
Social drinking. She wants someone who knows how to put his clothes on and go and look good beside her when she goes to these class reunions and company events.
Right. There you go.
Okay. So give him.
That's what I want.
Give him your. Do you have an email or you don't want to get that?
Oh yeah, I have an email.
Do the
Black. You want me to text it or say it now?
You can say it now, but text it also so I can put it in.
Okay, it's Black, BLACK, ammonium, like the periodic table, AMONIUM @gmail.com.
All right, Black ammonia. Now, do you do any other services? Any clerical services? Do you still do any of that?
I still do, yeah. I sure do.
You can plug.
I do all kind of typing. Huh?
You can plug your businesses if you want.
Well, it's just if they ask. You know, I don't per se have a business, but if they ask, they need some type of clerical work done, administrative, I can handle that. HR, no problem.
Are you still a notary? I remember you were a notary back in
I
the day.
am. Okay. Yep, I'm still a notary.
Okay. Here's your notary that's looking for love. That don't smoke crack. Don't smoke Newports.
At all. And lie about it. Don't lie about it.
Good oral hygiene and body hygiene that knows how to put on a suit. A gentleman who knows how to open doors and allow her to be soft.
There you go.
Thank you, Liz, for joining me.
Thank you, ma'am. I enjoyed it.
I did too. And I
also texted you one last picture of my baby.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll show the pictures of her baby will be on the community page. There is a community page. I wish somebody would talk to me over there. All right. Good night, y'all.